Hello everyone, welcome to TMR Quick Hits. So we're here with the first race in the long-awaited MARBULA ONE Season 2. I'm Dan Orboole, here with Drew Discman, and we're excited to see how these teams have been putting their time to work since the end of this year's Marble League.
Super excited, Dan, and can't wait to get rolling. I even came in with my team pick, Yellow Eye, and they pulled through.
Look, you picked them halfway through the race.
Regardless, I think that this race was groundbreaking and shattering expectations while setting the groundwork for the series in an exciting way.
I'll give you that. So qualifiers were a lot more involved and exciting this year compared to what we saw last year. You could question whether all the effort was necessary, considering how quickly it could all change off the start of the race. But it was at least a good thing that there was a full day of rest between qualifiers and race day for the athletes to recover. So we thought that the host curse was pretty much broken after this Marble League, but it was back in full force today. Minty Drizzle had an appalling qualifier run, and was unable to even participate in the actual race on their home track. Hazy ended up taking the pole position, while defending champion Speedy performed consistently and earned a spot in the top 4.
Now, moving from the qualifiers to today's main event, I don't think I can continue without addressing the most shocking moment fans are talking about around the globe. Speedy, member of last year's champ, Savage Speeders, DNF'd. It was a complete shock that came with full force, only registering after the fact that the conveyor belt had been stopped. The moment fans saw Speedy in between the gears of the conveyor belt, a combination of outrage and realization lasts over. The community has been up in arms lately over the design of the conveyor belt, and some have been pushing for complete overhaul.
Whatever your thoughts on the conveyor belt itself, no one can deny that the ability to ride the conveyor belt was a big factor here today. A lot of teams were not used to using it after so many non-lap races in Marble League, and the rust showed. There were a number of instances of teams dropping back several positions after failing to make a clean entry onto the conveyor belt and bouncing down a few rows. And the speed didn't help either. From the moment that teams had that drop onto the long final straightaway, they built up a ton of speed coming across the finish line. Getting into the belt cleanly was very tough for a number of teams, and is a big part of why Hazy dropped so far out of their pole position, for example. The banked curb was another unique feature of the course that we hadn't seen before. A variety of entrances all seemed to work, as long as you didn't start by ricocheting off the last bit of track before entering, as we can see Limeline doing here. On the whole though, a very interesting course design here at Minty Mania that allowed athletes to showcase their precision.
And now, let's talk about today's champ and my pick for today's race, Crazy Cat's Eyes' Yellow Eye. This marble did not miss a single banked boost and stayed grades ahead of second place for nearly 75% of the race. Yellow optimized every turn, every bank, every ramp to their advantage. In fact, Yellow did so well today that there was only talk about who would come in second. The battle came down between Momo and Mallard, with Momo eventually pushing through for the silver. Yellow's movements were smooth like butter, gliding across the banked curve every lap and maintained its heavy lead up until the very end. Unlike a number of their opponents, there was never a conveyor belt slip-up, and that was really the difference maker today.
Absolutely. So let's look at some of the most noteworthy runs from today. After missing out on Marble League and struggling in the qualifiers, Snowy made an incredible run for the Snowballs today, moving up 10 places over their qualifying run. Momo from Team Momo was even more impressive, moving up only 9 over qualifying, but earning themselves a silver medal in the process. My Green Ducks did me proud and rounded out the podium in a respectable 3rd place, equaling their qualifying run. It's showing reasons for them to be optimistic following their disastrous Marble League. On the other side of the coin, the pole-winning Smoggy really struggled today, dropping 11 points behind their qualifying position and finishing in 12th. And of course, we can't forget Speedy, who was off to a really promising start until that unfortunate track exit.
A day full of surprises, and it's not even Thanksgiving. There is no telling what can happen in the coming prees, but they'll be jam-packed with thrills of all sorts for sure. That's all for now. We'll see you next time at the O Raceway.
So long, everyone.
Hey, thanks for watching. Maybe check out some of our other series on the channel, or subscribe to the Marble Report to make sure you're always up to date with the latest and greatest in Marble news. We'll see you at the next one.